Good morning, everybody. I am a few minutes early. I am trying to get everything set up here. I'm getting a power cord run from my shop out here. It is a little chilly here this morning, so I know the cold and the extreme heat sap the phone power. Hey, Eugene, how you doing? I'm assuming you like Christmas because you comment on Christmas often. Yes, Eugene, I'll get back to supporting you here soon also. Hey, foraging. So I'm just getting some power hooked up out here real quick because I know when it's cold or extremely hot, my phone it kills my phone pretty quick. So give me a few seconds. I'm running a power cord, attaching it to the phone so I don't get a message in 20 minutes saying my phone is dying. So bear with me for a few minutes, talk amongst yourselves. Okay, we are connected to power. So hopefully, as long as that doesn't come undone and makes good contact, we should be fine. So yeah, it's blue the day before, yesterday and into yesterday morning. It rained. I was going to do a sunrise live yesterday, but it was supposed to rain till between 2 and 4 a.m. and it was thunderstorming. I just didn't feel like coming out in the marshy grass, and I wasn't guaranteed it was going to be worthwhile. So I decided to wait till today. I checked the weather report, and today it's supposed to be 75 and sunny. So I made an executive decision. Sat down with the board of directors and the president of Okies Eden, and together, between all of us, we decided to do it this morning. So it was unanimous. It was a 1-0 vote to do it today. So I made a compelling case to have it this morning, to have the sunrise live this morning. So I actually convinced myself to do it. So I don't know if if I can get this on camera or not. Let's see. That, well, I might have to wait till it's brighter, but that, I dropped it. Well, now. Hey, V. That is, I just found it on my asparagus plant. I know it doesn't show up, but it's a red berry. They have a seed inside, which I've been, hey, Shannon, the seed there, I've been harvesting them. I have some of them drying inside because I do grow my asparagus. So I have a couple out here that have berries on them, so I'm going to pick them and I got 3 more. Hello, V. Yeah, they'll go in my seed drying situation inside. Hey, Grandma Teresa. I'm actually, I'm pretty amazed that the birds didn't get to them. The birds usually pick them clean. They've already been working on them for a little bit. They must have, I don't know if the birds migrated a little bit out of the area, because we have a ton of birds here. I think everybody's a little disorganized. I think I showed this the other day, but if you look, if I can point right here, my property line goes beyond this really tall grass over here. Hey, Christine. And then it also goes over that way more. But you can see right in here, I mow. And I'm going to be building a planter box for the spring. Thank you, Christine. And I'm going to put a planter box, there it goes, just starting to lighten up now. I'm going to put a planter box here and over here and then down this way. And that's going to be tarped. Oh, it brightens up when I do that. And then I'm going to try to start some pumpkins in the spring, like March. I'm going to have hopefully them inside, sprouted seedlings and stuff. And then I'll bring them out here, and then I'll start a couple from seed and a couple from seedling. And then I won't have to worry about weeds and grass or putting boards out. And I'll probably have a 20 by 30 section with tarps. And then we can, I can grow pumpkins all next year, because what I want to do is right in the spring, I want to do, I have my sugar pie pumpkin, the Connecticut field pumpkin, which is orange also. And then I'm going to plant my white, black, and blue pumpkins in that area also early, because I want to have a really good handle on how long each of them take to grow. So I can then grow some in June, some in July, some in August, and then that'll carry me all the way through Halloween and even into November. And then people can have them around my area for pumpkin pies and just for a lot of people just like them for decorations. Foraging, couple of years we'll probably do chickens. What's holding me back right now is my daughter, who lives a ways down in Texas. We visit her, we see them about once a month. And she brings me, she has a ton of eggs. So she supplies me with quite a few farm fresh eggs. And my son is talking about getting them also. And he's only 3 miles from me. So I don't really need right now. I don't feel the need to have to do it just yet. Now, as I get ready to retire in a couple of years, which that's what I'm working on now, is trying to retire in about 2 years completely. Yes, I know it's great compost, but again, I can go rake up by my son's house, and I can take it. I can put it in my truck and bring it home in buckets. Hey, Granny Southern Corner. So hopefully I'm not freezing up at all. Hopefully the volume is okay. If it is, can you please just let me know if the volume and stuff is good? So I've got to show you this. I think I showed this the other day. My wife, where she works, she had a lady come in with an Adirondack style outdoor, like a chair for your yard or porch or whatever, if you know what I'm talking about. You can look up Adirondack chair. And she wanted it repaired. She bought it at some big box store, and they don't last that long in the Oklahoma sun and the Texas sun. They break down pretty quick. But she wanted us to try to repair it for her. Well, my wife got it home. We took it out of the back of the truck and it was just falling apart. Some of it was real spongy material, but some of it was still okay, but we couldn't repair it. So here it is. I mean, I don't know if that's going to show up good, but it's weathered. It's yellow. The yellow has faded to white. So I'm taking this apart today, the rest of it, figuring out what is good lumber and what's not, and I can use this in my garden. This is probably going to be the signs where I can cut an arrow on here, and then I can paint the name of some of the cities I've lived in across here, and that'll be in my garden. And then I'll put how many miles away it is, and then I'll point it in that basic direction, basically, the general direction. And I'll probably do 5 or 6 of those and just put them around my garden for just some decoration and stuff. And then I can have different colors, but good memories, you know. Hey, Natty. So I had I woke up this morning. I've been up since about 4. I could not sleep. I was struggling last night. But I had somebody follow me from somewhere. Yes, foraging. That is a good idea. That would be a good idea also. Yep. I have the placards which go in the garden, the subscriber garden, but I could also do that, like you said. Anyways, this lady followed me on YouTube. And so I was checking her channel out this morning, and I did subscribe back. Yes, foraging, that is a great idea. I'm gonna have to bring you into our board of directors foraging on, you know, I'm the president, and then I'm also the board of directors, and we do all the voting and stuff. So when we go into executive session, but you have a lot of great ideas, so you might have to be, I don't know, we might make you an honorary board member. Because you come up with some really good ideas. So I'll run it by the board later and we'll see. You're not on the board yet. It's got to go through a really, really brutal, we have to vet you, and I mean, it's brutal. I almost didn't vote myself on because, man, I can be a jerk. And I was like, do I really want to deal with myself all the time on the board, arguing back and forth with myself? But I checked this lady's channel out, and I'm going to give the channel, yeah, I'm going to fire myself later. I've had it. I'm going to have my argument with myself. I'm going to, I quit. No, you're fired. No, I quit first. No, you're fired. That should be, I should do that on a, you have the stratosphere to get on board with. That's right. Her, if you want to go follow this lady, she's got some really cool stuff. Gardening, she just finished a big compost bin. I don't know how she found me, but she did. She subscribed to me, and she's been watching my and supporting me and stuff. And just since yesterday, last night, it is at. I'll put this in the description or the pinned comment when this goes public in a few minutes or in half an hour or so. It's Stella's Vegetable Gardens. She's got like 940 plus subscribers. So if you're looking and you see somebody that has 948, it's probably her. She does gardening, obviously, but it's Stella, Stellas, for Stella's, then Vegetable Garden. You look that up on the YouTuberverse, and she should pop up. And like I said, I'll try to put her channel if I remember afterwards. I've already been watching her content because I could not. I've been up since, like I said, 4, and I've already had a bunch of coffee, so I'm already bouncing. But I would go give her a follow. Like I said, I didn't seek her. She somehow found me. I mean, I know what she did. She probably put in awesome or spectacular or the best garden ever or genius or something. She probably did those kind of words, and boom, Okies Eden popped up just like that. And she's like, whoa, he's not only a genius, he has an awesome garden. And he lives in southern Oklahoma. So he's got to have a great channel. So I highly doubt that's what it was, but guy can dream. So I see Natty's here. So before Natty, are you doing your live tonight? Natty does her live on Saturday nights typically. Yeah, superstar garden, sure. I highly doubt that, Granny. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Natty, if you don't follow Natty Homemaker, go check her channel out. She does a lot of cooking and homesteading stuff. Her and Jay, her sidekick, or she calls him husband, but I say he's the sidekick. He comes in and out of it every once in a while, but and then Saturday nights, a lot of times she'll do a live. But Michael's Adventures, yes, Michael's Adventures. Go check him out. He's a great resource if you're looking to sit there and watch and interact with other people and have people subscribe to you or follow you and support you. He's got a really good channel. And then he goes on usually right after Tuber Chat. If anybody's been on Tuber Chat, they're a good growth channel. And they're very, they help people grow and have a lot of good ideas. And we have a good time on there. And then he does a premiere live afterwards. But anyways, now that since Natty's here before she takes off, I don't know what her plans are this morning, but $2.13. I paid $2.13 for a gallon of gas yesterday. So whatever state you're in, if you don't mind, I'd be interested to know wherever you are. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be in the United States. But if you're in the United States, if you can just tell me what state you're in. I know Natty's in Canada somewhere, so if she wants to put down what she pays. I know they pay for, I don't know, they do liters or something, I believe. But I paid $2.13 for gas yesterday. $1.36 a liter. Okay. Yeah, so you're still up there. So can anybody beat $2.13? And that was for a gallon of just the regular gas. It wasn't the high test or medium. It was just the 87 or 88, whatever gas. $2.49, Michael. That's good. That's still pretty good. Yeah. See, that's Natty. I don't know what is going on up there with you guys, but good grief! When I see your food prices and stuff, it just I don't even know. I mean, thankfully it's you and Jay. I couldn't even imagine having 3 or 4 or 5 kids, and then if one of you lost your jobs or something, trying to survive in this environment would be just absolutely horrible. But I know I mentioned this the other day, but I went shopping yesterday. I just did a few. I didn't need a lot of stuff because, like I said, we're going away. Tomorrow morning we leave for Oklahoma City, so I only got some stuff that for the trip up, and I got some stuff to put in the fridge, so when we come home, I can just start cooking immediately. I don't have to worry about going to the store and stocking up. I got some stuff in the freezer ready to rock and roll. But I was wrong. I paid just under, I couldn't believe this. They almost had to call, you know, for CPR for me, because when I, $3.33. See, you're still up over $3. That's crazy. Grandma Teresa's $3.33. But I turned the corner and, well, Natty, you're smart with your money. I don't know. Do you really want to include Jay in that? I am just kidding. I hope Jay's not listening. Jay, I was joking. I turned the corner and lo and behold, drum roll please, a dozen eggs was $1.47. Wow. $4.58 a gallon. Your piggy bank, there you go. But I paid, I think it was $1.47 for a dozen eggs. For Kingfisher, Oklahoma, $2.89. Okay. At least it's under $3 though. So at least that's a plus. 18 count of eggs. 18, okay? It was $1.47. I picked up $1.47. I picked them up, put them in the cart, walked a little further to the next section where the eggs were, and the 18 counts were $1.97. So, I mean, that to me is just, that is crazy. Which, I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm just moving us for a second here because trying to get us more, there it is, trying to get us a better shot of the sun coming up. There, hopefully that didn't, hopefully that's not whacking out on me. Hey, delighted. So $1.97 for 18 count. So I don't know what it's doing in everybody else's area, but I'm hoping that's starting to happen for everybody else. Oh my goodness. $5.34, that's crazy. That's like California price. About, what was it, 3 weeks ago now, my in-laws, some of my in-laws came down and they paid they were paying $3.89 when they left New York to drive down here. They drove. Wow, and you guys are at the low end. That's crazy. Here comes the sun. It is just starting to pop right there. But I felt bad because, you know, they have to drive, what, 1,500, 1,600 miles to get here. That's a good, yeah, exactly. That's a good question. Now, our milk was, that had gone down too. So everything I got to have here, so when we got home, we were ready to roll, everything was down. So I'm hoping that is the trend. So I hope I'm not just jumping out there and getting ahead of the game, but I think my gallon was, boy, it was like $3.20 maybe for a gallon. It was well into the fours about 6-8 months ago. I mean, it was expensive. It was like, you know, double the gas price. So anyways, so you're paying over $4 a gallon. That's crazy. Hopefully it's starting to come down. Just for everybody's sake, especially, you know, holidays coming up. And if you have freezer room, now is the time. I'll tell you what, now is the time to get those 55 and 60 cent per pound turkeys if you have room for them. Even if you don't, man, I'd bring one home, cut it up, boil it off, get all that chicken stock, lay them down flat, so they're kind of like a flat in a quart bag, and I would just stock up on all sorts of chicken stock, because, you know, chicken stock, you can, when it's not on sale, it's $2 for the 32 ounces. Yeah, Natty, the side of beef, that's, my son and I are going to probably split one next year. Natty just went to a butcher, I think last month, on her, instead of buying it from the store, because their meat prices have been ridiculous, and I know they seem to have trouble getting decent meat and a lot of water content and things. So she went and she bought, and I know she's been saving up to do another one for the next month or something to go get more. I have been just watching. I shop the sales for meat. So I just, I stocked, I got 40 pounds for some I paid um, 84 cents a pound for, and some I paid $1.20 something a pound for. So averaged out to $1 a pound. So I got 40 pounds for 40 bucks. Yeah, see, that's great. If you can get them near you, that's even better. Just because then you know what you're getting. $2.50 for the order, well worth it. Yeah, it's hard to beat. Just local beef or getting it from your butcher. What's a shame is, I remember uh, friends of our family. The husband was a butcher. He actually was an actual butcher that had a meat shop, a meat market. Um, Here it comes. And he was a butcher back then. I think the butchers then. Um, that's cool that you can do that. Yeah, that you can butcher yourself. I can butcher. I painted the shed the one week, and I butchered that really bad. And then I built a table, pallet wood table for inside. I butchered that too. But I think that's a different kind of butcher. But I remember, I mean, now I'm talking, that was in the 70s. And they were considered, I think butchers back then were considered, just trying to get it placed a little bit better here so I can, there it goes. Yeah, yeah. And, back then, I think, like in the 70s, 60s, 70s, and if you remember the Brady Bunch, um, Sam the Butcher, that was an actual thing back then. You didn't, we'd go to the store, if I went with my mom to the grocery store, um, you'd go to the meat department and you'd say, hey, what's on sale this week? And they'd say, oh, it's going to be pork chops or whatever. And then you'd actually say, can you cut me, 4 or 5 half-inch thick or 1-inch thick or whatever. And that's what they did. Yeah, they did. They were. Hey, Troy. And nowadays they're behind this glass. You can look in, and it's kind of like, sometimes you can get them to come out. There's a couple smaller stores around the area. They come out and talk to you, but some of the other ones just keep their head down. And they just basically ignore you, because I'm sure they're on some kind of a schedule that they probably get a list every morning on what's out, and they got to quick cut that stuff. And but back then it was just granted, yes, back in the 70s, the population of the United States was much, much, much lower, so you didn't have 10,000 people in the store, and they weren't open 7 days a week. But that was just awesome. I remember still going in there, and if anybody wants to hear about the Okie crime spree of the early 1970s, I have a cool story if anybody wants to hear it. Yeah, I went on a small crime spree. It did not last long. The man caught me. I was 5 years old. 5 or 6, I can't remember what. We had this little town grocery store, because back then you might have had 5 or 6 of these mom and pop stores around, instead of like a Wally World or an Albertsons or a Kroger or something. So you'd have to go to a couple different ones. And I went with my mom, and it was about 3 or 4 miles from our house. So I rode down with her to the grocery store. And that's where my life of crime began. We walked in, and We did our shopping, got to the front, and if anybody remembers this gum, it's called tea berry, TEA berry. It's kind of like a clove. Tastes like cloves. It was a cloves type gum. It was really good. I don't see it anymore, but I love that stuff. They had the 7-piece pack or whatever, and we got to the counter to pay, or the checkout, and I said to my mom, I picked it up and I gave it to her. I said, "Hey, can you get me this?" And she said, "No, we don't have money for that," which we didn't. And so she turned her back and started talking to the cashier, and I put it back. I just didn't put it back on the shelf. I put it back into my pocket. And we left the store. Get home. Everything's really cool, you know. I bring my New York strip for me foraging. I love a New York strip. We go in the house, and my mom's putting the groceries away. I go in the bedroom. I'm getting ready to go out and play, you know, getting ready for the day, getting ready for my big day outside, you know. And I open my pack of gum, throw a piece of gum in my mouth, and I go out, walk past my mom, and she looks at me and she stops me and she goes, "Get over here." I'm like, "Yeah, what?" And she goes, "What are you chewing on?" And I said, "Gum." She goes, "Where'd you get that?" I said, "The store." So that was the end of the words at that moment, as I was hastily snatched up by my mom and I was thrown over her knee. And anyways, we won't talk about what happened next, but it stung. And my mom takes me out to the car, puts me in the front seat. We go back down to the store with the pack of gum. And we walked in, and my mom called the owner, the manager over that she knew. And I didn't realize till years later, but she stood behind me and she told him, because they knew each other very well, she told him to yell at me and tell me how wrong it is to steal and blah, 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 and I could have you arrested and everything. So as I'm standing there at 5 or 6 years old being yelled at by this adult for stealing a pack of gum, that's Okies' version of scared straight. So I decided at that point I was going to work for a living and not go on a gum stealing crime spree. There's this, oh, look at that. It's amazing. I always find it funny with the sun, the way when it pops up here. It seems like it goes slow, and then it's all of a sudden it's like, it speeds up for like 10 seconds. I know it doesn't, but, or maybe it does. I'm not a rocket surgeon. What the heck do I know? Hey, Zed, how you doing? So, I'll put up in a few minutes, excuse me. So I have my white Casper pumpkins. They're about 6 inches tall now inside. They're looking really, really good. And then I've been harvesting all of my parsley, and I'm putting that on a plate. I have it under a light, and I'm starting to dry that. And I'm gonna pull up all of my parsley and cilantro, dry it, chop it up, put it in a jar. And then I'm gonna restart growing more because I'm trying to make my own bottle of Italian dressing is gonna be my goal. So I'm gonna replant when I get back from Oklahoma City this week, probably Friday, Saturday. I'll start planting some more. I got some sweet basil, and something else, some chives, I think. I'll try to plant those next, and then I want to get those in my mix. Oh, let's see. Tuesday, I mentioned yesterday, I think, or the day before, Tuesdays I'm going to try to do when I get back from Oklahoma City the following week, which is the week after Thanksgiving. I'm going to try to do lives on Tuesday at 1-ish p.m. That's one I can do every week to talk about the garden and homesteading and just interacting with everybody. And then I'll still do a sunrise live. And then what I want to do is, it's just been so busy. I haven't been able to do any collaborations lately, and we're getting ready. And then we got the operation stuff this week in Oklahoma City for my grandson. So it's been kind of hectic. So we're getting prepped for that today. To finish that up, we leave in the morning. And then when I get back, things will loosen up again, and then I can start to get back into collaborations. So I'd like to try to do one every week. I know me and Zed still have to do one, just haven't been able to just pull the trigger on that yet or get there. And then I do have some other people that are interested, and I'm making a list. So if you do want to do a collaboration, you can just put it down in the comments after when this goes public. If you want to do a collaboration, it would probably be late October, early to mid-December. I'll try to do one a week. And if I don't, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a live another day or night during the week where it'll be talking about other channels. So I'll be talking about channels that have helped me, you know, and interacted with me and helped me with my channel. So that's going to be the plan there. And then I'll still be doing the other content, but got more seeds from Carol from Broke But Bountifully Blessed. And I got some more from somebody else. I just don't remember who. So I got a couple more placards to make. I have 4 made, and the videos for those are coming out this week. They're surprises. I'm not telling you who they are, but I got 2 more placards to be done. I have video. They're already done. The videos are done. We'll run next week, or this week. They'll run this week while I'm gone. Got some crock pot recipes coming out this week while I'm gone. And that's beautiful. It's getting hard to even look at right now. I gotta say, that's probably one of the best ones yet. Hey, Missy, how you doing? Do you have, excuse me, Missy, do you have Mike this weekend or not? If Mike's can listen, if he's listening right now, I'm not going to call him Mike anymore. I'm going to nickname him SS. He's going to be Superstar. So Mike, that's always with Missy, at Missy Cooking on a Budget. Whenever I comment now on her channel, if I remember, I will call him SS for Superstar. I'm sure he'll enjoy that. Maybe he can get a shirt made. Instead of an S like Superman, he can have a double S. Oh, see, there goes now my neighbor. He's got to ruin my sunrise. Everybody tries to get in my videos. I mean, he's over there. And he's just like, hey, I got to get in Okies video. He's got over 800 subscribers. This is my chance for stardom. Now, him starting up his, Chevrolet over there, he's going to go viral. And I won't get nothing out of it. I help him go viral, and, I'm sure he will, Missy. So yeah, if you want to do a collaboration live stream at some point, Zed, I still plan on you and I doing the one, so you don't need to respond to that. If that's still the plan, we'll get to that. But if anybody else wants to do a collaboration, come on for a few minutes when I get back after next week. Or if you want me to watch your content on a regular basis or for the day to give you some hours. I help with that. Just later on in the comments below when this goes public, just put WH for watch hours or PL for playlist or content or something that just kind of gives me the idea that you want me to watch your videos. And I keep a running list and check marks on how many times I've watched, and then I will do that, and then we'll set people up for collaborations. But yeah, we're gonna have a busy winter and spring. I'm already behind. I hate to say that, but I got to get cracking here on the Okies garden. I'm telling you what, if I keep slacking off, I'm gonna fire myself, because I'm tired of my crap. I will fire myself. I already called myself, and I've already gotten 2 written warnings from myself. I had to write myself up twice for just insubordination. And I was arguing with myself the other day, and I was that close to getting fired. But I did mention earlier, if you haven't been here the whole time, I got followed. I was up this morning very early in Stella's Vegetable Gardens. Seems like a really cool channel. I've watched a few of her videos already. She's got a lot of good gardening tips and ideas and thoughts. It's Stella, like Stellas, Vegetable Gardens, one word, just Stella's Vegetable Gardens. Should come up. She's got like 948 subscribers, so if that'll help you find her. And I will try to remember to put her channel, name. Is everybody ready for Thanksgiving? If you're in the United States, are you ready for Thanksgiving? Is your shopping done? Do you have more shopping to do? Are you doing the Black Friday? Do you actually go to Black Friday anymore, physically, or do you do your online deals? We do almost exclusively now online shopping. Oh no, whistle stop. That's too bad. No Black Friday. You boycott. Yeah, I don't blame you. We used to do Black Friday when my wife and I first got married, because back then, you're younger, you're feistier, you're not afraid to wrestle with somebody over something that's the last one on the shelf. But as you get older, I don't want to deal with that anymore. I have enough trouble arguing with myself. So we can go online, we can find deals, and our shopping's already done. My wife does 99% of it. We just discuss, what we're gonna do. Hey Mark, how you doing? Thanks for being here. So we just discuss, we go down a list, like what we're gonna get, what people have asked for, our kids and whatever. Yeah, there are so many gimmicks. So our stuff is like, my son and son-in-law are mostly, they're like me, they enjoy working on cars and woodworking and stuff. So there's always some kind of tool or something they're actually gonna physically use. My daughter and daughter-in-law, they're usually something for, around the house and stuff that they saw they want to try. So we do that, and they tell us what the grandkids want, and my wife just sits down one afternoon on a Saturday or Sunday and just zip, goes through everything, buys everything, has it shipped in, and we're done. So I can't do the Black Friday stuff anymore. If you remember, it was back when they really got it underway, like in the late 80s and early 90s and stuff, when they really started pushing that stuff. And it just kept getting, worse and worse. I mean, the one year, the store would open at 5 a.m. I still remember everybody would be like, oh, 5 a.m.? That's early. The next year, somebody else would open at 4 or 3. And before you know it, they were just like, okay, we're staying open all night. We're starting to sell at 6 p.m. and we're just open all night, all day Friday. And it's like, everybody has to beat each other to the punch to get those extra sales, you know? Crazy. Are you guys all traveling? Are you the host or the guest? Are you hosting Thanksgiving at your place, or are you going to somebody else's house as a guest? That sun is beautiful. That sun is beautiful. Yeah, you know what, Natty? Why don't they do that? You know, they really want to help people out. Shannon, I figure you'd host. You're always in the kitchen cooking something. If you don't know us and our bunch, go check her channel out. She does a lot of stuff around her house. She has a lot of different ideas and stuff, but she does some really good cooking. I mean, she never gives me any or offers me any, but I'm just gonna put it out there that she does. But we're doing neither this year because we're gonna be up in Oklahoma City. So we're probably gonna have cafeteria food. But from what I understand, they're a pretty decent cafe. Some of the bigger hospitals have some really, they have food courts. There you go, Missy. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. I don't know what kind of shape that'd be when it got here. But yeah, the food courts. I know a few years back when we had to go to the Children's Hospital down in Dallas, they had a Starbucks, they had a deli, they had a pizza place, they had an Italian place in this. It was like a mall. This hospital. It's Dallas. I think it's Dallas Children's Hospital. I think it is. And Cooks in Cook's Children in Fort Worth is the same way. There you go. I saw your friend's giving. I saw that. All that food looked amazing. But yeah, when we had to go down to Cook's for a while, for 3 or 4 days, quite a few years back, oh my goodness, you didn't have to leave the hospital. Yeah, it was, yeah. And that's what these guys, this place was, man, you're there for 4 or 5 days. You can have pizza the one day. You can get deli sandwiches for lunch. If you wanted lasagna, they had the Italian place. Plus they had coffee. You could go get a Starbucks if you wanted. Not that I'm big on Starbucks, but if it's the only coffee shop there, I'll get it. But you go down and get a latte or whatever in the morning on the way in or whatever. But can you guys hear the birds? We have a family of partridge. I love watching partridge. We used to hunt them when I was a kid, but I don't hunt them anymore. I don't hunt anymore. But partridge are really cool because you'll see them. They'll dart out of the field, and you'll see the kids, the little kids behind the mom. They'll come dart out and they walk around really quick, and all of a sudden, if they see you, they'll dart right back into the grass again. It's pretty funny. But they have a very distinct call. Well, this is going to be a beautiful day. We're getting packed up. I'm going to do some work in the wood shop. It's a little early for Oklahoma, but I think I'm going to take a shower before we leave in the morning, which will be my second one this month. So, That probably puts me at odds with my Oklahoma neighbors because you're only supposed to do one a month, whether you need it or not. But I want to be clean before I go to the hospital. Yes, V, it is a beautiful day. Let me see if that... This might show up better now. Can you see that? That is my board. This is from an old Adirondack chair that's fallen apart, but it's all, look at that, faded and weathered. So I'm going to be making stuff out of this for the garden, to go around my garden. Some different signs and everything. Really psyched about that. I love reusing reclaimed wood that people just want to throw out. Because we have all the equipment, so I can pick out what's mealy and mushy and cut it out and then just do something with it. But probably when I come back, I'm going to be pruning my apple trees. The leaves should all be gone by then. I don't prune the trees till the leaves are off and they're dormant. But and then I have to prune back my asparagus plants. When I get back, I'm going to do a video on that. And then we're going to get this party started on this garden because next year we're going to hit the ground running. Well, everybody, I do need to get my laundry done there. My wife's going to start her laundry here shortly. And then we've got to get everything ready. Later on today, I don't know if you guys saw it in my live the other day, but I showed the dog running around chasing her toy and stuff. I actually remixed that yesterday, so that should be coming out sometime today. Just a minute and a half segment of her running around with the zoomies. So our rescue dog, she's gonna be running around today. So, it was in the video. So I did the video yesterday, and it's released for today. But well, everybody, like I said, I'm gonna try to do a short live stream from Scissortail Park. Oh, thank you, Missy. Which is right in the heart of, it's in Oklahoma City in Bricktown, which is just a stone's throw from the hospital. But I'm going to bring my tripod, my phone. I'm going to try to do a short live from there just so I can point around, show Scissortail Park. And probably going to try to do that Tuesday at some point when I get a chance to break away. And then we'll go from there. And but thank you for everybody for your support. Hey, Okies Eden. Okies Eden. Hey, I like that name. But if I don't, for some reason, get back to anybody during the next few days or week, I hope everybody has, if you're in the United States, you have Thanksgiving. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. Hope you have a great time with your family and friends or whatever. That's right. Cousins, there you go. So everybody have a great weekend. It's Saturday. Hopefully next week some people hopefully have some time off for the holidays. So you can enjoy your family and your time off and kind of some downtime before the madness of the holidays really kicks in. And I'll keep everybody updated next week as to what's happening in Oklahoma City with my grandson. Just kind of let you guys know what's going on. And let's shut this down. I'll make this public. And like I said, if you want me to run playlist or you want to do a collaboration, just put it in the notes below or the comments below after this becomes public. I will see you all soon. Everybody take care. Have a great day.